Have you ever sensed that someone's smile hides a silent struggle? Sometimes the brightest smiles mask the deepest pain, and the people we think are the happiest may be fighting invisible battles. It's easy to overlook the subtle signs, a forced laugh, a distant gaze, or a moment of silence in a crowded room. These are the quiet signals that something isn't quite right, even if no words are spoken. Sometimes people don't even realize they need help. They might feel lost, confused, or numb, unable to put their feelings into words. The weight they carry becomes so familiar that it blends into the background of their lives, unnoticed even by themselves. It's not always about dramatic cries for help. Sometimes, it's about the quiet resignation that things will never change. We often wait for cries for help, but what about those who don't know they're drowning? Imagine struggling beneath the surface, unable to call out, while the world moves on above. For many, the hardest part is not knowing how to ask for help, or even realizing that help is needed. Their pain is invisible, hidden in plain sight. Many walk through life unaware of burdens or dangers, blind to their own reality. Surrounded by noise and distraction, it's easy to become disconnected from ourselves and from others. We rush through our days, rarely pausing to notice the subtle signs of distress in those around us. Sometimes, even the person suffering doesn't recognize the weight they're carrying. Our responsibility is to notice, to look past the surface, and truly see the people around us. A simple act of kindness, a genuine question, or a moment of listening can make all the difference. When we take the time to connect, we offer hope and understanding to those who may feel invisible. Who will hold up the mirror for them? Sometimes, it takes another person to help us see what we cannot see ourselves. By being present and attentive, we can reflect back the truth and offer support, helping others recognize their own struggles and find the courage to seek help. It has to be us, each of us. We all have a role to play in building a compassionate community where no one feels alone or unseen. When we stand together, we create a safety net for those who are struggling, even if they can't ask for help themselves. Our greatest calling is to look out for one another, especially for those who can't see their own need. By reaching out, offering support, and showing empathy, we can make a profound difference in someone's life. Sometimes the smallest gesture can be the lifeline someone desperately needs. Unawareness isn't ignorance. It's a blind spot, a part of life you simply can't see. Sometimes it's a defense mechanism, protecting us from pain or change. It can come from upbringing, habits, or fear, creating a fog that hides reality. This disconnect can sabotage relationships, careers, and health, all while the person remains genuinely perplexed. Unawareness is a gap between what's real and what's perceived. Breaking through requires more than facts. It takes a moment of clarity, an aha, that lets the truth in. Only then can the veil finally lift. Unawareness creeps into health, relationships, society, and careers. People ignore symptoms, not realizing their bodies are sending urgent signals. In relationships, unhealthy patterns can feel normal if that's all you've known. We often miss the impact of our actions on the world, insulated by routine. Even our own talents and potential can be hidden from us. These cracks in our lives are invisible until someone helps us see them. The common thread? A hidden truth, waiting for a compassionate observer. Sometimes, all it takes is someone to point out what we can't see ourselves. Who guides us out of unawareness? Often, it's friends and family who notice first. A gentle word from someone close can spark self-reflection. Communities, colleagues, teachers, neighbors, form a wider safety net, offering perspective and support. Professionals and organizations can help reveal patterns we can't see alone. Sometimes, even strangers can offer a moment of clarity, a kind word, a shared story, a resource. These lifelines, big or small, can change the course of a life. The circle of support is vast, showing our deep capacity to care. We all have a role in helping others see what's hidden. Consider Maria, a dedicated employee who poured her heart and soul into her work, always striving to meet deadlines and exceed expectations. She was the first to arrive at the office and the last to leave, believing her sacrifices were for her family's future. But in the process, she lost sight of her own well-being, and the subtle signs of burnout crept in unnoticed. Everything changed the day her young son handed her a crayon drawing. In it, the family was together, but Maria was drawn apart, sitting alone at a desk, surrounded by work. That simple, innocent picture spoke volumes, more than any words could. The drawing became her wake-up call, a mirror reflecting what she had been missing. It was a moment of painful clarity, but also the beginning of transformation. Maria made the courageous decision to set boundaries, prioritize her health, and reconnect with her loved ones, rediscovering the joy she thought she'd lost. Then there's David, a high-functioning alcoholic who managed to keep up appearances at work and at home. His family's gentle pleas and worried glances went unheeded, as he convinced himself he was in control. But one day, while sitting alone in a park, a compassionate stranger sat beside him. This person, having walked a similar path, shared their own story of struggle and hope. Their empathy and understanding broke through David's defenses, offering him a lifeline he never expected. Sometimes, it's not the people closest to us, but a fresh perspective from someone outside our circle that finally reaches us. A new voice, a different story, can help us see our own lives in a new light. These stories remind us that awareness often arrives from the most unexpected places. A simple act, a child's drawing, a heartfelt conversation at a kitchen table, or even a handwritten card, can lift the veil we didn't know was there, revealing truths we've been avoiding. The journey to self-awareness is rarely one we walk alone. Along the way, we find support in friends, family, and sometimes even strangers who care enough to reach out. It's the courage, compassion, and kindness of others that help us see ourselves more clearly, giving us the strength to change. And in that moment of awakening, when we finally recognize what needs to change, our entire lives can shift, opening the door to healing, growth, and a renewed sense of purpose. Helping the unaware isn't just kindness, it strengthens our whole community. One person's struggle ripples outward, affecting families, workplaces, and society. When we nurture awareness, we heal not just individuals, but the collective. Every breakthrough brings healthier energy back into the world. Supporting others cultivates empathy and compassion in ourselves. It challenges us to listen, to be patient, and to love without judgment. A society that supports its unaware members is resilient and thriving. The more people awaken, the more they can help others do the same. This is how we build stronger, more connected communities. The world needs us to be active participants in each other's well-being. It's not enough to simply exist side by side. We are called to truly see one another, to notice the subtle signs that someone might be struggling, and to offer our presence and care. Every day, we have countless opportunities to make a difference, even in small ways. Pay attention. Notice the quiet friend who withdraws from conversation, the overwhelmed colleague who seems weighed down by invisible burdens, or the neighbor whose smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. These moments of awareness are the first step toward compassion. Look for the family member making excuses to avoid gatherings, or the loved one who seems distant. Sometimes, what's left unsaid speaks the loudest. By tuning in, we can offer a lifeline when it's needed most. Approach with love, not judgment. Remember, everyone's journey is different, and we may not always understand what someone is going through. A gentle word or a warm embrace can mean more than advice or solutions. Be a gentle mirror, not a fixer. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is listen, truly listen, without trying to solve or change the situation. Your presence alone can be a source of comfort and strength. Use I statements to open doors, not close them. Share your observations with kindness. I've noticed you seem a bit down lately, and I care about you. This invites honest conversation and lets others know they're not alone. Know the resources in your community. You can be the bridge to help. Whether it's sharing information about support groups, counseling, or simply being there to walk alongside someone as they seek help, your knowledge and encouragement can open doors to healing. Sometimes, just sitting with someone as they seek support is enough. Silence can be powerful, and your willingness to simply be present can offer hope and reassurance when words fall short. Let's promise to open our eyes and hearts, to notice those around us and respond with empathy. When we choose to see, we create a ripple of kindness that can touch lives in ways we may never fully realize. Let's make it our mission to see and support those around us, to be the friend, the colleague, the neighbor who cares enough to reach out. When we help others find their light, we make the world brighter for everyone. Together, our compassion can transform lives and create a community where no one feels invisible or alone.